How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome along to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, where we talk all things motorcycling. A quick shout out to our sponsors, Terence Healy Motorcycles Tullamore, your main Honda dealer for the Midlands. City Spares Motorcycling, Cherry Orchard Industrial Estate Dublin, your Honda and Suzuki agent. And motorcyclingtraining.ie, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle training needs. Before we kick it off, we do want to give a reminder that this podcast is intended for audience of 18 years and older. So just remember this when deciding where and when you listen. How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome back to the Motorcycle Hour podcast. We are back with episode 54. If you hear a bit of noise in the background, it's just some of our esteemed biker friends and colleagues. We are here the weekend before. It's Thursday night. Obviously, we're recording this. We are joined here by the one and only Patrick from Kildare Biker Spins and Meats, who's been on the podcast before. We've the little chow up there.
Yeah, right, you fucking have the jar. The jar's here.
Looking fresh. Looking fucking fresh. And, of course, the fucking maestro himself, a man that needs no introduction. The reason we're having this podcast this evening, Kevin Keys, Darragh Racing Superstar. How are you getting on, man?
We're good. We're alive.
That's good to hear. Just about now. You had a close one there the weekend. We're going to get into that now shortly as well. But no, the whole reason we're having the podcast tonight is obviously we've got Kevin's big run on Saturday, kicking off over at Gaelic Burger. And so we're just going to kind of run through some of the plans with that. Patrick, of course, with Kildare Biker Spins and Meats has been a massive part of organising all of this, down to prizes and spreading the word and raffle tickets and the whole lot. So, a massive shout out to yourself and all the Kildare Biker Spins and Meats group for this. But
group effort, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah. But no, we're looking forward to it. I think that the weather's given good. It's going to be dry, so we can't ask for any better than that.
Well, in fairness, Clonagale wouldn't have been able to do this on their own.
No.
So, in fairness to Kildare Bike Spins and Meats, we joined teams and... we're making a good run for this now. Absolutely,
110%. Before we get into the details, Kevin, you were over in Oultan Park at the weekend, man. I was sitting with bated breath, you know what I mean, waiting to see you coming on. And, put manners on some of them, will you? Hey. Give it down a bit, will you?
Just calm.
Just keep the noise down there. We're trying to be professional here. Blackguards making a heap of noise.
It's where they never get out.
It's where they never go out. Yeah. Get out to the shed there.
Noise.
Talk us through your weekend in Oultan Park, man.
Yeah, before we do that, I just first to say massive thanks to all you boys, the Clonagale and the Kildare Spins and Meats for doing this. It's a massive effort from you all, and I just really, really appreciate it. It just means a lot to me because obviously it's a team effort between Darragh and myself, and then a group effort with lads like you, and to me, it's one big team with everyone that helps me out, and I just really appreciate it. And whoever turns up on the day again, it'll not go unnoticed, and it'll mean a lot to have the support of local people and local clubs. It's class, So
well said,
firstly,
man.
I just like to say thanks and looking forward to a great day.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Look, 100%, as we've said, time and time again, bikers are always the first to put their hand in their pocket when it's a worthy, cause or an effort to support somebody, and they don't come, much better, more promising and harder grafter than yourself. Obviously the effort you've put in since you're on bikes, racing bikes since you were probably 6 years of I was going to say 6, yeah. You've worked hard at it your entire life, and as we both know, unfortunately in this country, it's hard to make it in any sport, but I definitely believe in motorsport in general in Ireland.
Yeah.
It's that extra. I've got nothing but the utmost respect for people that have gone on and done well in motorsport, because we don't really have the background. Any of the government and the sporting organisations don't really see it as a sport as such.
No.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of the class as a hobby, and there is no financial aids for lads like yourself, outside of sponsorship and stuff. And it's big money, it is big money.
Yeah, it is, it's big money, a lot of time sacrifices and stuff like that. But it's great to get support from local people, businesses, and then clubs and organisations too. It's class. So.
Look, at the end of the day, Kev, you're a Midlands rider.
Yeah.
You're the only one we have sort of in the area. Mm-hmm. So if we can't at least fucking help you out, you might as well throw the hat.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, absolutely, man. And you're making some serious waves. I mean, like, you know, just today, like some of your outcomes this year from which is kind of your second year road racing and making your debut in some this year as well is not short of fucking miraculous. So, like, we're not doing this because we think you're doing it as a hobby. You know, everyone's rooting for you, and we know the potential that you have is just astronomical. And you know, it's every bit of money that's raised, you know, gathered up over between now and Saturday. Is money well fucking spent, to be honest.
Having the potential is only a part of it, I suppose. Like, you know, you can have all the potential in the world, but if you don't have the backing of sponsors and of organisations and your family, I suppose, as well, like, it comes with personal sacrifice, you know, the time away and all of that. So it's now look, we were delighted to come on board and do what we can to try and make the day a success, you know, and it's looking like it's going to be.
Yeah,
the weather
absolutely.
gods are with us by the looks of it so far. Definitely plenty of interest there. Like, we had a good few lads asking us about it last night over at Gaelic Burger and that there. So definitely plenty of interest online. So
brilliant.
Yeah, look, fingers crossed that it goes off well.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
You know, like, I mean, if it goes according to plan now, if it goes fairly well, there's nothing stopping us from doing the same kick next year. You know?
Yeah, well, sure, look, that'll be the plan. Yeah, absolutely, man. 100%. Yeah, definitely. Get you over to the BSB. Going back to your BSB, and we're going to give the full rundown, obviously, on the run and the plans and stuff. But first, we have to ask, talk us through the weekend, man. It was, geez, it must have been a fair roller coaster of, I don't know, his emotions, the word to describe it. Or Heartbreak, man, I'd say that, yeah.
Look, it's racing, but no, we went over as a team, you know, after Armagh this year, we'd said that was it, we were finished for the season, and basically a team building thing just to get things ready for 2026 early. And yeah, Keith, the boss, he rang me and said he was it's going to be a long winter. There's nothing else we can do real quick before the end of the season. So we got everyone back together again, and we said we go to Oultan Park, BSB. It's something we're looking at for next year too, to do a few more of them. So it was good. It was good to bring the team in last sort of part of the season. You know, there's one more left in Brands Hatch in 2 weeks' time, but it was kind of one of them ones you go in, everyone's at the peak of their performance in the championship right now. They're riding weekend in, weekend out. So we said, yeah, it'd be good. Oultan Park, it's one of my preferred circuits of the British Championship too. So, and it's only an hour and a half off the boat. So everything was working out as a plan.
Happy days, yeah.
Yeah, we headed over. We brought the Fireblade over, stock 1,000. So again, that was another new one to me. I hadn't rid the Fireblade on a circuit yet. So I just rid all the roads on it. And we started off on Friday. The weather was atrocious. It's probably been worst conditions I've ever rode a bike in, to be honest. They were standing.
That was the day of the storm, was it?
Yeah, honest to God, I was wondering, was it going to go? Well, for starters, I was wondering, were you going to get over there? Because I thought there was a lot of ferries cancelled and stuff. Yeah.
So lucky enough, our crossing was sound. It was really smooth. But a couple of the boys, Joe Bruder and, you know, them boys, all his mates, Billy Bagnall and Mars and all that, they were coming over as well in the boat, and they sent us a video on the Friday night, and there was 5 meter swells throwing this boat around. It was raw, it looked rough. Yeah, it was. So thank God I fucking missed that, because I puked my ring up. But so going into the Friday, we sort of just ran with a base set, and Stevie stuck it in. Him and Owen, they went around looking to see what was base set, and then we weren't far away of what we had in, so just softened it off a little bit. And yeah, we went out. I think 25th in the first session, so I came in, we had a bit of a debrief, a chat, we made it better. The bike we were struggling with electronic wise at Armagh with no traction on my wet map. It was when we finally plugged in and found out it was giving me 0 traction and 100% power. So
Jesus Christ, not something you want on the wet.
Not what you want on the ride.
No, that was my wet map. So in Armagh, I was wasn't able to ride it, and I had basically no confidence in the bike, because it's just spinning from first to sixth. It's just constantly just going straight to the limiter.
Boys.
So we got that dialed in. We came in, we played again in between FP1 and FP2, gave it more electronics, and took a little bit of power out of second and third gear to try and have drive grip and stuff like that. And we made it better. Went up to P20, so we were getting closer to the front and closer to the top 10. So think started off in the first session, I was like 1.7 off top 15, and by FP2 was 1.7 off top 10, so we were closing it in.
So I'm going.
Just reeling them in.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've done a BSB? When is the last time you've done any round of the BSB?
So the last time I rode a bike was in Armagh, so I hadn't sat on it since Armagh. That was 2 months ago now. And then before that, I hadn't done a short circuit meeting since 367 days, I think I added out. So over a year ago.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I haven't been at a BSB since 2022.
Some going.
Yeah, so it was nice to jump in and be within the mix in the stock housing class, like top 20. It was FP2.
And no lack of talent in that class either. Like,
No,
you know, it's
yeah.
not like you're going out with a load of lads that are just out for the weekend. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Honestly, that's the truth. There's some names in there that, like, these were some seasoned lads, like, to know what they're at. Yeah.
Yeah, so then we sat down again after FP2 and we went through all the data again, and I done a debrief with the boys, told them where I wanted more improvements. We went too far with the taking power out of second and third. I actually took too much out of third and not enough out of second. So my drive in second was still a little bit peaky, but when I hit third then it was flat. So we changed that back to give me more power in third and less in second. We made it better. So we got there Saturday morning then for qualifying, and it was windy, but it was drying up. And we were like, grand, we might get a good dry session here now for qualifying. And 5 minutes before it started lashing again in the wind, and it got real messy again. And so we went out and we just chipped away again. I was putting in decent lap times. Was up to 18th in qualifying, and then my last sort of push lap in qualifying, I crashed into the last corner, and that was one. I was on green every sector, and when I came in and looked at my ideals, it would have been enough to put me 15th in the grid. So that sort of just pissed me off, and done a bit of damage to the bike too, with fairings and bent an exhaust and broke the dash, and not ideal, to be honest. This late in the season, the budget's gone, and it was just sort of a shitter. But the boys done a mega job. They ran around the paddock. The Clive Paget, in fairness, from Paget
Racing.
Yeah.
He
He dug deep for us as well. He actually ran the paddock trying to find us a dash, and he came in and he helped us out. So it was good, you know, like the big teams helping out a privateer team doing a wild card was class, you know. And
It's unreal.
You hear that time and time again, don't you? And I don't know if it's something that you would get in other sports, but like not just with the racing now, but bikers in general helping one another out. You know what I mean? It just seems to be.
But that's what
a
they
team,
should be
you know?
doing. But that's like, I mean, every man out there is trying to get on, right?
that's it.
And if a man is stuck, the last thing you want to do is turn your back on him.
Yeah.
Give him a hand.
Yeah.
But I believe, like, from lads I've heard, like while, you know, like, road racing is where it really comes to effect. Lads will help every lad out.
Yeah,
But a lot of times in short circuit racing, they don't.
No.
You know, there's a very, you know, strict rivalry there,
Yeah.
you know, and it's down to the seconds, like, you know.
Oh, it really is. But they dug deep, and just unfortunately we just ran out of time. If we had another 20 minutes before our race, we would have got out in the Saturday evening's race and got going, but we just ran out of time. The boys just ran a bit short, and look, for what they got done in that space of time was amazing, because the bike was pretty wrecked, like. So we missed that race, so we just said, look, we'll focus on tomorrow. The Sunday was to be a full dry day. It was to be the best of the weekend, nearly no wind as well, so I was looking forward to it. The bike was ready, I was ready again, and we were going to have start from the back of the grid. So essentially, it was just going to be a race of a bit of crack, just getting through the pack and enjoying it, you know, and trying to get as far up. My idea was to get inside the top 20, which would have been up past 20 bikes. I was starting P40 in the grid that day, and Hickey, unfortunately, his bike blew off an oil pipe and put oil everywhere, and that put a big halt to the day. So you're already struggling for time on the Sunday because there's a church down the road or something. So BSB can't start the schedule until 12 o'clock.
Oh, go away the fuck. You're serious,
isn't it?
Yeah, so it's
Jesus, the
really,
power of religion, vice. That's unreal.
It's such a tight schedule already on the Sunday, and unfortunately after that happening there was a massive delay, and obviously the Superbike takes priority. The British Talent Cup, that was their last meeting of the year as well, so they had a championship to be decided. Sport Bike still has championship to be decided, and then Super Sport obviously takes priority. So the only one that was sort of
sacrifice
was me.
Next year now it'll change. I'm going over to that church. It'll start at 8 o'clock and be finished by 9.
There'll be no church there.
There'll be no church.
Chad be saying the mass, huh?
He often said mass.
And all the donations will go to Keys.
Will you do a couple of rounds of the BSB next year, do you think?
Yeah, so that's the plan anyway. Like Keith and Brian, the two Dark Horse bosses, they loved it over there. And
I was going to ask you how I'd say it was a big eye opener to the boys.
Yeah, oh no, they loved it. Now, to be fair, like it's the best of the best. You're in with the best of the best over there, you know. Like, and we were where we got set up in the paddock was right beside DAO or Dow Racing.
Yeah.
And they were, I think, on a BSB podium that weekend, and we were able to eat in their hospitality. So to be in that atmosphere, and right across from us was behind us. I mean, it was Kyle Ride's set up, a nitrous competition.
Holy shit, man! Sure, Kyle Rides is he's in the running. Like, to be fair,
he's going to be champion this year again. I think if everything goes to plan, the brand patch. And,
he was in a fierce battle. I actually looked at it again. It showed it on the coverage. The battle for the championship last year, 2024. That was one of the best races I've ever seen in my entire life, man.
Class.
It was absolutely outrageous.
Like a pint between them or something going into that race.
It was fucking... It was one of the best races I ever seen in my entire life, man.
Yeah,
Tommy Bridewell, yeah.
I'm delighted you said one of the best, because I thought you said to me the best race you ever had was me and you out the M4.
Yeah.
Oh, allegedly.
Bosa versus K3, but that's another story.
Go away, you get the 125.
Yeah, go away, you
it was class, and they loved it, and I loved being back. It was just a place to be, isn't it? It's the pinnacle of
100%, man.
It's like anything else. The more bike time you get, the more comfortable you become with it, especially with a new machine. Because that blade was brand new this year, was it?
Yeah, brand new. So we only got it at TT, and it wasn't even planned to be got. It was only we ran into bother with R1. So my first introduction to that was down Bray Hill, which is not often ideal. They get a brand new bike and know nothing about it, and you got tapped on the shoulder to head down Bray Hill to do 37 and a quarter mile as fast as you can.
Jesus Christ. I was just looking at it there, and I can't remember which teams, but I was surprised to see on some of the lineups and some of the Superbike racing, still a few Yamahas in the mix there. There's a couple of them running them, Yeah,
Kyle Ride, he's on the Yamaha now. Yeah. He's in contention. Brad Ray, he's on the Yamaha. Then you have Mark Train, who's backed by McCams now. They're still with Yamaha.
They're still with Yamaha, but I did hear an interview that they're going to Ducati.
Nitrous. Mark Train's actually finished now. They're pulling out, but Nitrous. So Kyle Ride and that, they're going to Ducati
next year. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah. Fucking hell. I have a couple of questions, right, just on the BSB, because I would watch it and stuff, but there's a couple of things the fucking, I don't know, maybe it's the mechanical head or whatever would be questioning. So you go in, say you get there on a Friday, so say before you go out for warm-ups or free practice or whatever the case may be, every bike has to go through scrutineering, am I right in saying that?
Yeah, so BSB is like a really, really precise place. Like, so you come in on your Thursday and there's paddock maps done, so like each vehicle is brought in one by one and you're put into your spot, and there's a trundle wheel put around you and you're measured into your position. Like, so like paddock layout is absolutely class there starting. Then so Thursday is normally your setup day. So like you've to be in the paddock at a certain time, and if you're not there at a certain time, you don't get into the paddock sort of thing. That's the way BSB run.
Okay.
So that's your Thursday. So that'll be your setup day. Then Friday morning, then each class has their own time slot for scrutiny. So then you go down and you get scrutineered, and once you're scrutineered, then you're scrutineered once for the weekend, unless you have a crash, and then it's re-scrutineered again if there's anything has to be done. Well,
that was my other question. That's what I was wondering. Do you know, after obviously if you've crashed a bike and they're putting some parts on repairs, do you bring it to them, or do they come and see you, or you bring it up to scrutineer? They've got their own.
Yeah, you bring it to scrutineer, down to the scrutineer shed, and if you fail to do so, you're not allowed out in the track. So you're flagged straight away.
It's probably a different level of professionalism, though, is it, compared to what you would see here?
That's it.
Even down to what you're saying there about marking out the paddock and having it prepared. Like,
You get to Modelo and there's a dogfight who parks where.
I was thinking exactly Modelo was like, park it over. So come here. We want to ask, with a little bit of a technical issue there, but come here, we want to ask as well. So obviously, like, they have it set up to an absolute T over there. Like, the BSB is a class setup. Scrutineering, right? What is the story with scrutineering? You get scrutineers when you land, or what's the plan? What way does it work out for the weekend?
Yeah, so basically we land on the Thursday, and you're basically brought in one by one by we call them the paddock police, but the BSB have two people there that bring you in, and they'll designate your spot. They'll measure you out. It's really precise. Like, they'll measure you out, put you in your place. Then you'll set up on the Thursday, basically, get your awnings up, get bikes out, get whatever you have to get done on your Thursday. Friday morning, then each class is designated an hour for your scrutineering, so you get your bikes down. They'll just go through everything, make sure everything is as lock wired, and that your number boards are correct, your screens are right. Basically, your bikes are in compliant to your championship rules. And
what do you mean your number boards now? What has to be?
Like, stock is a red number board, background with a white number.
On the front of the bike, like?
Yeah, front and
on the bike.
Pad.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So like that's basically what they look for there. And each championship has their own coloured background and own coloured number. So once that's in the compliance and your lock wirings all done, and basically your bike's in fit order for purpose of racing it basically, and then that's it. That's once for the weekend, unless you have a crash or something happens there that you have to do something with your bike or like that. You have like a breakdown or an eye leak, you just make sure you go back and they'll check it, make sure everyone's in compliance again.
Oh, so if you have to come into the pit lane for anything, the bike has to be scrutineered again, basically.
Yeah, so basically, like if you pull in yourself and it's like not visible to the officials that there was something wrong, you'd get away with it. Like, but if you say, like what happened Hickey there the weekend, an oil cooler pipe blew off or something visible and you cause a disruption to the session, or the marshals that see that there was a visible issue wrong with your bike, you'll be re-axed to go down and just it's nothing really. You just go down as a visual more than anything else.
Okay.
Bar if you have a crash and they do basically a full scrutineer and check again, make sure everyone's working, your brakes, your throttle's snappy, make sure nothing's sticking, make sure everyone's bolted and as it should be, not as loose basically.
Okay. And then then they do obviously that aspect for it, but say like in some of the, now you were saying you have to run it's stock bike basically.
Yeah.
So that's down to even the controller, the bike, the ECU and the bike. Do they plug in and check that there's no other software running in the background or anything like that?
Not in scrutineer, no, but it's after the race, post race and post like qualifying session where like either your point score and meeting or it's determined for a position for a race. So basically qualifying or racing, the top 3 bikes are mandatory, and then they pick maybe 4 or 5 at random that go to the dyno and they're plugged in and checked and everything. And sometimes they do fuel samples too, because it's a controlled fuel at BSB. We all have to run the same fuel. They come around and they could ask you for a fuel sample. And
right, so is it just like 95 octane, 98, or what is you running that in different?
I think it's 102 or something.
Holy
it's
shit.
not spectacular. Like, it's not proper full blown race fuel, but it's just a controlled fuel that everyone runs.
Okay. Where do you get that? Like, where can you?
At the circuit. It's just Panta.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, Panta race fuel. So the Panta lorry would pull up and you buy your fuel from Panta and that's it. And even down to your tyres, we all run Pirellis in BSB, but you have to buy your tyres at the circuit off the Pirelli lorry in the circuit. Like,
holy shit! Okay, right.
I thought you'd know all about it.
Can you guys a drop of that juice?
What are you on about? And we going around the roads here with aviation, you know.
You'll put green diesel in if you go away with it, sure. Okay,
yeah, but you get more miles over.
Yeah. And so so they determine at the start of the year, because I know it has changed, that we're going with Pirelli this year. Pirelli must sponsor to some degree, or
yeah. So like the stock 1000 that's Pirelli National Super Stock 1000. I think Sport Bike is Pirelli Sport Bike 1000. When I was in Stock 600, it was Pirelli Super Stock 600. So anyway, so yeah, the Pirelli is the main tyre supplier in the paddock. I think the only other championship that doesn't run Pirelli is the British Talent Cup, and they run Bridgestones.
Okay,
but I'm not sure if Pirelli do a slick small enough or something like that. I'm not sure what way it works, but I think maybe they probably do a slick small enough for the Moto3, but I think it's the fact that the British Talent Cup is led by MotoGP, which MotoGP run Dunlop, so it's like a stepping stone thing. So
okay,
I think that's basically what that's determined by.
Okay, I think I've seen some of the MotoGP is changing next year, aren't they?
I think MotoGP are going to Pirelli, and I think World Superbike are actually going to Michelin.
All right, okay.
Yeah. I didn't realise how much of it is kind of pre-decided for you. Like, there's only so much variation you can have if that's the case,
That's it. You can't. Like, I can't even bring my own Pirelli. I can't go to Ernie Coates and stock up on a weekend's worth of tyres and bring them over there and get them fitted. They're all marked and everything that you...
Oh, shit.
And can you carry a set of tyres from one meeting to another?
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah, so if you buy your tyres on the track, I don't know where to have the mark, but there's a mark on the tyre somewhere that indicates
inside
it
probably
was bought from them.
Yeah.
And they know. Because I remember, I think when we were in stock, maybe I can't remember, a couple of years ago, we were testing at home and I had a Pirelli and I brought it with me to actually take it off a tyre, and they asked me where I got the tyre, and I said, it's mine from a test. I didn't use it at a BB or BSB event, and they're like, all right, that's okay.
So they knew. That's mad. That's
isn't it?
fucking
And
mad.
it's the kind of thing you probably wouldn't. Well, obviously you know all about it because you're in the thick of it. But
Yeah, but this is shit I'd often be wondering, like,
Yeah,
you know, when
yeah.
you're watching, you're going, why do they all have to use Pirellis or what exactly is
Yeah,
what?
so-
But up until that, I would have just presumed you rock up with your own Pirellis. I wouldn't know
there's
that
no
at all.
running down.
But
to the
you're
local
saying if you buy a tyre in Kildare and you're cutting awfully with the guards, they'll ask you where you bought the tyre.
They'll ask you to go and put some fucking rubber on it. For fuck's sake, Jesus
But
Christ.
then even like we have set compounds as well, so we can't just have any compound Pirelli unit either, you know. So it's we're set to an SE1 front, which is a softer front, and then we have a choice of SE1 or SE2 rears. So,
But that's whether they're slicks or wets. It'll be individual or it goes across the board.
yeah, no. So like our dry tire now, which is in stock, we're not allowed to run slicks anymore. They were letting stock crews use slicks the last 2 seasons, but they've put them back to treads now. So
Okay.
we were just on Pirelli Super Corsairs or whatever.
And what's the
they're called.
idea there that they're closer to what you buy out of the shop kind of
I
thing?
think so, yeah. But I think what the real thing was, the stock 1,000 times were getting too close to Superbike times.
Right.
Oh, fuck, you serious?
Because-
Yeah, well, you see that at the TT, there's lads going out there on stockers
Yeah.
and they're just as quick as the lads on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
full-blown super
yeah,
bikes, you know?
So I think it was kind of taken away of the ego of some of the Superbike riders, like, because I think the top guys like that were in stock at that time were doing times that would have put them in like top 7 in the Superbike
contention,
class.
like,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So they wanted to divide a little bit, like, to make it. Okay.
So I think the BSB directors then said, "Nah, look, put them back in treads. I'll take a couple of tenths out of them." And
Jeez.
so
For now, like, you know, 'cause it's
For
only a
next
matter
year,
of
we'll
time
have to
before
do a
they-
few laps with the boys as well, Bren. Show them how
Show them the road
the
tire,
road tires are
You
done.
work away. I'll be there anyway. You work away.
Will you take a few photos?
I
Yeah?
will, of course. Then if I can catch up with you, I will. Like, you know what I mean? There's no bother. You know, fuck's sake.
That's the job.
And then come here. So then there's obviously that end of it. Then is it true that if you are going out, so you go onto the pit, you've got your allocation, you do 2 warm-up laps or 1 warm-up lap?
yeah, so you get so basically the way it works is you get, so there's 5 minutes once pit lane opens. You have 5 minutes. So sometimes like if you want to do an extra warm-up lap, you come in, you do a fast out lap, and then you come down through pits. And once you get out for the timer closes, you can do another one.
Okay.
And then at the start of the race, then normally they do 1 warm-up lap, or if they, or sorry, do warm-up laps. If we're doing a quick start procedure, it's 1 warm-up lap up to the grid and go.
Okay. But then I think I was reading that at the weekend as well, so that if you start, so say you're on the grid and you go and do your first warm-up lap and say you're on like, you know, a dry tire and it starts to piss rain, you have to stay on that.
So the way that works is if they declare it a wet race, then you have to stay on your tyre you choose. But if they declare it a dry race and it starts to rain, then they'll stop it if it gets...
Oh, so it's what they it's okay.
Yeah,
so
so-
it's what they decide.
Sometimes that's where it become tricky. Like, so if it's starting to drizzle or starting to spit rain, sometimes BSB will hold up the wet race board. So then that's declared straight away. So it's up to you to make up your mind. Is it going to get worse?
Oh,
Do I
shit.
throw a wet on, or do I do it a blow
to be a
over?
bit of a weatherman as well. So
Yeah.
So that's where that always fucking fries my head. If that happens before a race happens, they say, right, declaring it a wet race, then you know that it's up to you now. You have to make the call.
You have to
And
make the call.
if this lashes and you're on dries, you're fucked. Or if this stops raining and you're on wets, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Where do you go?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if it starts as a dry race and it starts to rain, they'll stop it and they'll bring you in.
Okay.
But even at that, sometimes if it starts to drizzle and they'll bring you in, they normally give you a 10-minute turnaround and they'll send you back out. But sometimes when they do send you back out, they declare it a wet race, but it might have stopped raining.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Holy,
so many
divine.
variables, isn't there?
Yeah,
Like,
Jesus,
and those little
it's-
things can be the winning or losing of
Fine.
a race.
And when you were over there, what are you relying on for your data for? Because you will obviously have a good look at the weather before they declare. You know, that you've an idea. Is there somewhere that you can go to get a detailed weather? Is it just purely is it down to yourselves looking at it on the phones and stuff?
Just go to the window and open the blinds.
That's it. Yeah.
Call in the dog and see as he wet.
Basically, you know, like we look at the weather on the phones, it's basically all you can look at. You know, you hear everyone, oh, this app's better than this app, and this app's better than this app.
Yeah.
Like, they're honestly all the one. And, like, you know, like some days you wake up there and it's promised rain all day and it'd be the best day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the Irish weather, right?
Bring it
Because
with you.
I swear to you, they're the worst I've ever.
No, they are.
Do you ever hear the Hood Nakeds?
Yeah.
Or you're going to have a bit of rain,
Yeah.
sun, snow, sleet. Give every fucking sure. It's going to fucking do one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't be cool.
Throw no shit at the wall. Something else.
I tell you, I swear to you.
I used to laugh. There was one. It was Evelyn Hughes. There was one of them years ago, and she used to love giving bad news. You know what I mean? My father used to be sitting there and say, "Lord, look at that one. She fucking loves it."
Yeah, but that was your one with the crabby head in her,
I
wasn't
don't
it?
know. I can't even remember. But she used to say, and she says, "And we're seeing a heavy, persistent rain," and a big smile on her face, and you were going, "Yeah, fucking sound." Yeah. Jesus Christ.
The only good thing about her was her boobies.
No, child, there's none of that. And we're hop on yourself.
Because no matter which way she was telling the weather, they were pointing that direction.
Who calls the boobies anymore? Oh my God.
Yeah, well, you see, if you called them boobies, your man or dad wouldn't give you a slap in the ear. If you called them the other thing, you get the slap in the ear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my uncle always called them babby dabblers. He was saying, "Oh, she's a great to have babby dabblers on her that one." Yeah. Oh my God.
The nice way of pronouncing it now is Tom and Jerry.
We always go back to the filth in this podcast. You know, I try to steer away, but anyway.
Yeah, we'll come on. Anyway, do you know some? Yeah, we want to get a bit more about Saturday now.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. But
Because Kevin will be on.
I wanted to find out more about the BSB now. We're going to get to that now.
We will.
Just you fucking calm down now.
Because as everybody knows, Kevin is always going to be every so often going to be coming onto our program, same as Kildare Bike Spins and Meets.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
For a bit of shit talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we have to get
100%
to finalise it now for Saturday.
We do 100%. But I want to ask one more question before we go
You
on
fire
to
ahead
that,
there,
right?
Brendan.
Right?
I'll give you the permission.
No,
go on,
that's 100%.
Go on.
Are you limited to so say when say you the accident obviously on the Saturday, and you were saying you were just outside the time. So is there a time period then that they go, you have to have that bike scrutineered by such a time?
There's no real time you have to have the bike scrutineered. The only thing you're sort of factored to is once that pit lane clock stops, pit lane's now closed. So if the Mike Stockhausen was ready to go at say 15:03, that 5-minute countdown timer will start at 15:03.
Okay.
And then say at 15:05, that bike was ready. I could get down if I got through scrutiny in time and up onto the pit lane. I could make the race.
Oh, okay. So that's what it's down to after that.
Yeah.
Okay. And no exceptions.
So it's not.
None.
It is not just a matter of bike done out onto the track and gone.
No, they have to reassess it, make sure everything's sound, and they'll pass it, and then they go.
yeah.
But even like there this weekend, there was a guy. He actually raced TT as well. I was talking to him, and he was telling me that he missed pit lane exit by 2 seconds. He was on the way up pit lane.
2 seconds.
Yeah, he was on the way up pit lane.
That's spiteful now, isn't it?
Jesus.
He was watching the clock, and just as he got up 2 seconds before, they shut the gate in front of him and had to stop.
Oh, that's heartbreaking stuff. That is heartbreaking stuff.
How many sick buckets did he fit?
More than me, because he was meant to be in the race.
Oh, jeez, the poor horse. That's a disaster.
Yeah.
Right.
Sickening.
Getting back onto Saturday. So the plan of attack is obviously Gaelic Burger is the protocol. We're all hoping to the people. We'll all be over there from roughly about 11:30 onwards. So anybody who wants to, is coming over from 11:30 onwards. We will be there. We're asking, of course, for donations. There's no set, ticket price for coming on or whatever. We'll all have buckets there on the day, and we're asking for donations for whatever anybody wants to throw in to help support Kevin, of course, in his career. So that's the plan of attack. So as the fella says, dig deep.
As bikers of the biking community, as they always help, right? Mm-hmm. So we're really asking now that Clonagale and Kildare Bike Spins and Meets are doing this run to raise money for Kevin Keys, right? To get him out into the SV or
on that podium, nail man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, we'd appreciate any biker that comes, or any person that has a business, or any people that even haven't got bikes. A couple of £1
goes a long way.
It does.
Absolutely,
and
100%.
It'll get a man to his dream, what he wants to do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Every little helps, doesn't it?
It does.
Everybody throws in a little bit of lightens the load.
Absolutely.
And we've said it plenty of times before, and I know it's been mentioned on the podcast plenty of times, but bikers, generally speaking, are very generous, and will be one of the first ones to put their hand in their pocket when there's a bit of fundraising going on.
I agree.
But I think the fact that this is one of our local lads, it's close to our own heart, close to home. We don't have racing here at the minute, you know, and the amount of people you talk to that are missing the racing. You know, it's a big part of a lot of bikers' calendar gone, kind of. You know, so anything we can do to help to get Kevin and to get the lads out on track, whether that's close to home or further afield, it doesn't really matter. Like, you know, it's one of our own.
You're talking right there, because we need the likes of Paul Mahan and them to get the bike racing back down south.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
And then we'd have Kevin there.
But exactly, it's a huge thing. You know, if you had motorbike races, it's an interesting one that you mentioned there. Like, if we had local races on here, when I say local, like, you know, if we had like the Kells at Wallerstown, them stuff back, you know, I'm sure there'd be a lot of people that'd be friends or family of yours that wouldn't obviously make the trip to the Isle of Man to see you, but you know, they'd say, sure, geez, it's only an hour in the car, we'll go down and have a look, and that just opens it up, the whole sport to a whole host of new people. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's how you grow it, like, as a sport.
But even for people looking to get into the sport, I mean, it's a big commitment to make, to try and get, and like, there isn't even Mondello there now at the minute, right? So if you're trying to get into the sport, there isn't an avenue.
No.
You know, like, you can imagine there now a young lad, 15, 16, 17, looking to get in. Where does he go?
Exactly.
There's a massive financial burden would be placed upon people trying to get in the door. Do you know what I mean? And like, we're too far gone now at this stage for it to matter for
Speak
us.
for yourself.
You know,
Speak for yourself.
the Cham might go back racing, but you know,
I'm a road racer.
He won't even do a track day, the bollocks. I'm asking on for years to do a track.
Why would I want to do track days when I'm a road racer?
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean?
No balls.
When you're in bed fast asleep, the chairs out on the road at 4 o'clock in the morning going wow, wow, wow around the road. You know,
what the fuck?
Kevin Keys will witness, because Kev comes to me for warm ups.
Kevin,
don't you,
he
Kev?
just doesn't have the balls.
You're tutoring him, Char.
You know
You're
what I mean?
giving him a few tips
You
there.
you can't hide behind the big talk on the track, man.
Kevin does. He follows me lead. He follows me lead, and he does say to me when we stop. He says, "Char, you mad whore! You took that 140." I said, "Bud, settle around. We'll take it at 150."
There'll be some crack when he gets the insurance renewal at the post. The Motorcycle Hour podcast, not a chance. Oh, fuck's sake. I hope you smart then. But no, 100%. All joking aside, getting back to it, is this is going to be a great day. You know, you're going to come down and meet some great people, great food. Kevin's going to be coming. Kevin's going to be actually on the bike, and we'll be having manners and all. He'll be out with us for the spin. He's coming on the bike.
We won't be doing the 140 behind Cha anyway.
No, you'll be him.
We'll just let Cha off the book of his own. So you'll get to come down. You'll meet all of us there as well, and good crack. We were getting messages all for Facebook, people coming up from Tipperary and Wexford and Cork and everywhere.
Yeah, Anto Ray's coming up.
Yeah. Susan, there's a few of them.
There's definitely
great
interest in it, like, you know.
Definitely.
Just please God it goes well, you know. I mean, this is not the first one of these kind of big runs that, like, ourselves and Kildare Spins and Meets have done. We've done a couple of them this year even. They're always good crack. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what the cause is. This one is particularly important, you know, but even just meeting up where else would you get 200 or 300 lads potentially, you know? All with a common interest, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it is. They are great days out, you know. They are,
and of course the weather, as we said, it's given great for Saturday, and these kind of days are getting few and far between this time of the year, so make the most of it.
Absolutely,
could be one of the last good days you'll get out for a spin. So come on out. As I said, the plan is it'll be all pegs up, and we'll be pulling out a Gaelic burger for 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So what we'll aim to do, maybe around 10 to 1, we'll give a rattle over there and you know, helmets on, gloves on, the whole lot. And we'll aim to be pulling out the gate there at 1 o'clock, and head for Kinnegad.
The Plaza,
For Plaza, like
nice little spin planned over that direction as well.
Lovely spin for people that maybe are not familiar with the roads we're going to be going. So. I think we'll probably go down. We can go to Black Trench Road down by Kilmeague, which is a class road, out through Kilmeague and into Hallamwood, and then down through Derrenturn, and then we'll be heading onto the Eatonderry Road, and we'll be going down through Broadford Village onto the Old N4 and heading into Kinnegad. Then obviously we'll hopefully be at the Plaza for 2 o'clockish. We're hopefully meeting up more people. So if people that don't want to come out, you know, they can't make it the Gaelic burger for whatever reason, if you're working or whatever the story may be, you can always tee up with us over at the Kinnegad Plaza. We'll be hanging around there for maybe a half an hour or so, get a coffee, have a chat, and then
Kevin Keys is actually coming with us from Clonagale over to the Gaelic Burger.
Yeah.
He's coming on the run with the whole crew.
Said that.
So if anyone wants...
Oh, Alzheimer's, actually.
It's shocking,
getting
isn't it?
worse.
But just throw it in the second time, Bren, because sometimes people get hard to understand you. You know.
It's funny you should say that. There was a couple of lads there last night were asking Stephen if Kevin was going to be at Gaelic Burger. Now, we weren't sure if you would be or not. They're not even planning on going on the run. They're just coming up to get a photograph.
There you go.
So,
Fiver photograph.
Fiver. Stripper raffle tickets for every photograph.
And if you want all 5 foot 3.5 in with him, it's a tenner.
No one's going to want that. Unless you want to feel good about yourself,
and if you want Brendan in on it, it's 20. He takes up a bit more room than me and Kev.
2 photographs.
If you're feeling bad about yourself, get a picture with Chan.
Shut your mouth, you bollocks.
You know what I mean? So no, then I say we rock up to the plaza, get a coffee, bit of crack, hang around for about a half an hour or so, then stands up on the road, and then we're going to go the old road to Kilbeggan, which is Milltown Pass, Rochester Bridge, Tyrrell's Pass into Kilbeggan. A class road.
Lovely road.
Savage road. Absolutely class road. Up to the roundabout in Kilbeggan, cross underneath the motorway, and in the road then into Terence Healy's. And Terence is going to have, tea and coffee, a few refreshments and stuff for us there. Kevin, you're going to have, I think, the Darragh truck and the bike is going to be there.
Yeah, so Keith's actually bringing over the bikes to Terrence's tomorrow, so they'll be set up. Terrence is going to put them out somewhere and have them on display.
Savage.
I think both of them are going to be there. I think the Fireblade's going to be there. It's going to look a little different than normal because there's a few extra parts that were donated at Oultan, so
that'd be grand.
the Fireblade will be there.
It's all part of the story.
Yeah,
it's all part of the story.
It's €20 ahead if you want to bring it for a spin.
Your 6 is going to be there. I'm going to try and get over a few of the TT replicas and maybe the championship trophies from 24 and stuff.
Class.
Yeah, we'll try, have a few things on display. Then obviously the
merchandise. You'll bring a bit of merchandise.
Yeah, I think the Dark have a few of their merchandise and the Keys Dark merchandise. I think Keith's going to bring over some of that stuff and just have a bit of crack and a chat with everyone. And I love meeting new people. And
but that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about. 100%.
And you're going to be surprised. Reason being, anytime we go anywhere and meet new people, the chat, bikers are...
Oh, it's amazing.
Jizz bikes.
It is 100%,
You can't speak enough about bikers.
No, you can't, to be fair.
And there's no harm in any of them.
No.
They're all out for the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, a bit of crack. So that's why 100%. Now, Kev... You behave yourself on this 1,000 blade because Kieran will be watching you.
Fair play to him because he's seen the state of my blade when he offered me his one. So.
Fair fucking play, yeah. No, look, it'll be a great day, and as I say, then over to Terence Healy's, and for the people that haven't been there before, it's genuine. I'm not saying this because he's a sponsor, obviously, of the podcast, but the gear he has over there. The setup, it's just a joy of a place to walk into.
Yeah,
From the bikes that he has and the gear, and you know what I mean. Like some of the prices and the stuff, genuinely hand and heart are top class. And Terence
himself and the wife, then there's absolutely lovely people.
Absolutely,
absolutely fantastic.
Do anything to make sure.
And they're so welcoming as well. There's nothing worse than walking into a place and you nearly feel like you're an inconvenience.
And funny enough, you say that, and I've never named it, but there are bike shops like that that I've gone into, and they kind of look at you as if.
I don't know you. What are you doing here?
Yeah. But just Terence like that. Well, how are you getting on? And go walk in there and look around and the whole lot.
The last day I went over, believe it or not, to live over the book of tickets and all to Janelle.
Yeah,
Terence was gone away, and sure. Every time I go over, people think, "Oh, you'll be in and out in 5 minutes." I was the guts of 2.5 hours there.
Yeah.
And she's such a lovely girl. She'll talk to you boys and. A cup of tea, a cup of coffee, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And if Mark's over there as well, he's a fun.
And a biker herself as well.
Yeah, that's the truth. And
I was over there the last day, and I was in the shore and walking around, just drooling over the Oaks. And he had a fucking gorgeous, I think it was a 16 GSX R1000. It was gorgeous. And I didn't even know Mark was there, and I was just looking at it. He said, fuck. Next thing, the door off. There's a few people. Mark, let's roar. Will you pull the fucking trigger on it already? Will you? Go on the fuck. I said, Jez, if I had your money, I would, lad. But the bikes over there are fucking class.
But that's what I'm saying.
Immaculate.
But the law was, it doesn't matter. Terence the same.
Yeah.
When I go over, Terence makes me the cup of tea.
Yeah.
And they'll always have a Coke Zero for me then after.
I know.
Because I'm for the Coke Zero.
I'd say it'll start poisoning it shortly.
But Janelle didn't. I will tell you. Janelle didn't know. You see, do you remember my son, Kieran, his GSX 650?
Yeah.
I was bringing that over to Central Motor. Paddy had it sold for him.
Yeah.
For sure, I was fucking flying on the one. Didn't I see this bike in front of me?
Yeah.
But sure, it was only when I was getting, wasn't it, Janelle? And Kieran Joke was restricted, but they fucking screwed the fucking shite out with his yoke anyway, right?
Yeah.
But phew, out by her, and she said to me, "Was that you?" I says, "It fucking was." And I said to myself, "I'm going to keep with this fella." You fucking loo ball, you never lay up at all. Sure, I kept
allegedly.
Allegedly.
No insurance. That's not going to get insurance.
But you see, because I'm used to, you know yourself, the power, and this yoke restricted. Sure, I kept it pinned anyway, and I was taking the corners with full throttle and
flat out of 40.
Power. You hear that, lad? Power. The power of this thing he has is his fucking electric toothbrush. Well,
it's not actually, it's my razor.
Holy shit. Come speak at Terence Healy's, you have to give it a shout out again. I've seen this one in the flesh. Bike of the week this week is a 2023 Suzuki GSX S1000. Check it out on thmotorcycles.ie. And again, €250 Terence Healy Motorcycles clothing and accessory voucher sold with this week's Bike of the Week. So somebody could be over there Saturday and fucking nab that. Nice little voucher.
And not forgetting now the raffle as well, you know, which is we have some amount of prizes. People have been fantastic, I have to say. Yeah. Handing over prizes for the raffle, like, you know what I mean?
There's some great
stuff in there.
Yeah. Everything from helmets. We've a set of signed boots from Kevin Keys himself. You've got some fantastic stuff. Kind of, I don't know how slate engravings,
we've
cleaning
vouchers,
kits.
2 tattoo vouchers for 150 each.
Tattoo vouchers. We've vouchers for from the
Pauline's Restaurant,
Johnstown House Hotel for the spa. The missus, you could, you know.
We've
Gaelic Burger voucher thrown in there this evening as well.
We've a helmet, brand new helmet, a voucher for a brand new helmet in Central Motorcycles.
Yeah.
We've Paul Kane gave us a brand new helmet.
Yep. Can't beat it.
Terence has, I'm not sure whether it's RST or fucking that Star, what you call that, Alpine Star jackets.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, there's a lot of prizes now to be won for a $5 a strip.
I know, it is 100%.
Dig deep, lads.
So tickets are still on sale. We haven't collected the bucket yet. There's tickets for sale for anybody that's up that part of the world. So there's obviously a book in Terence Healy's has got one. Cotter's Motorcycles have got one. And City Spares have got one. And
City Spares.
City Spares have got one as well. Yeah. So anybody that's listening to this will be out in the morning. You can get in. Look at this lad with the fucking phone. See, this is what I'm dealing with on a daily basis. This lad. Look, he'll probably answer the phone now and have a full blown conversation. We in the middle of a podcast.
Can't.
Oh my god. So we'll be picking up the tickets. So this will be live Friday morning. So if you can't make the run for whatever reason, get into Cotter's if you're up that side of the woods or neck of the woods or City Spares, and you can get Chef a couple of tickets. And we'll be announcing all the winners for the prizes on the day.
On the day, on the day.
Well,
if you're not in, you can't win.
Yeah, if you're not in, you can't win. 110%. Yeah. We're going to wrap it up there.
And then
see this. He always does this. We'll wrap it up there. Next thing he goes on.
No, we're not wrapping it up now, Colette. Less of it now.
Yeah.
I know. We'll have a chinwag then next week and let everyone know through the podcast how it went.
How it went. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. We'll hardly do it now, like, because you know it's.
No, Brendan. Don't get smart there, allegedly, or I'll give you a slap.
Lord, that's what I'm dealing with the whole time. Folks, we'll see you all on Saturday. Keep the faith. Keep it real, and have a good one.
Right, that's
Cheers,
100%.
Over and out.
Good luck.